Good evening, Mr. Adil.
Okay, good evening.
So, may I know your full name?
Okay, of course, my full name is Muhammad Adil Hamzah, and you can call me Adil.
Where do you live?
I live in Balikpapan, but I come from Patanga village. It's a little village in South Sulawesi, and it's about 8 hours from Makassar city.
Okay. Are you pilot or ATC?
I am a traffic controller of Indonesian Air Force.
Okay. What do you think about ATC?
I think a traffic controller is a job. It has objectives. The first objective is to prevent collision between aircraft and prevent collision between aircraft on the maneuvering area and obstruction on that area. And also we have to expedite and maintain an orderly flow of air traffic. And also we give advice information useful for the safe efficient conduct of that flights. And also we have to notify appropriate organization regarding need search and rescue aid, and also we have to help or assist that organization as required.
Where do you take your ATC training?
Okay, I took my first training in Education Squadron 503 in Bogor, Atasan Jaya. It was a basic air traffic controller. It had been for 9 months in 2010. After I finished my basic military, I got an order or decision letter from my head office, and I got a traffic controller corps, and I have to move to Bogor to Education Squadron 503, and I took my first training there. And after that, after finish my basic training, I got first duty in Madiun, and in 2011 I moved to Balikpapan, and in 2013 I got order to start it again for junior air traffic controller course, or I got Aerodrome Control Tower training in ATKP Medan in 2013. After that, in this years, I have taken my training for senior air traffic controller since February 2020.
Okay. Do you like to be ATC?
Yes, of course. I like being a traffic controller because it was my dream, and I enjoy this job because I can bring people traveling safely, and also, and I'm so interested in aviation world. That's why I choose Indonesian Air Force, and I got a traffic controller course, and it's so cool, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know the reason why you like it to be ATC. So, in your opinion, what will be the riskiest thing when you do your job?
Okay, the riskiest thing in our job of a traffic controller, it is if you careless about your traffic, it's gonna be hazard. And also we have to, that's why we have to always focus to our traffic. We have to always watch out our traffic because it's about the people life in the aircraft.
Please inform to me the procedure when you start your job.
Okay, because I'm a traffic controller of Indonesian Air Force, and it's gonna be I have a kind in Balikpapan. I have a main job and I have additional job. For my main job in Donggor Air Force Base in Balikpapan, every morning we have a morning roll call at 7, and after that, if we have military flight, because our main job to serve military flight, and we have as a traffic controller, we have to prepare for flight plan. We have to serve the flight plan, and we are going to inform to the pilot if there is no time. No time is like notice to airmen. For example, maybe runway for facilities and also for weather condition. And after that, after finish my main job for serve the plan, sometimes I help another unit, for example, loading and unloading for luggage or cargo. Sometimes the military flight bring cargo. This is for military cargos or the civilian cargos. And also, if my position as a traffic controller, because I have a rating tower. Before we start our job in the tower for aerodrome control tower, before we accepting the duty or for process transferring the duty, we have to always check the logbook. The logbook, there is like information for the runway facilities, aerodrome facilities, and also the wind condition. We can choose which one the runway in use by the runway condition, and also we have to check all the facilities because some our facilities is gonna be unserviceable and some facilities is gonna be serviceable, and we have to check it. And yeah, after that we can share our working hours. We have to check like the situational of the traffic, and also just do your job well, and don't forget to pray first.
Okay. So is it easy for you to do your routines or daily activity like that?
Yes, of course, it's gonna be easy if you do it. Enjoy your job, and you know the rules, and you know the standard of procedural, and we just follow the procedural. It's gonna be easy.
Okay, suppose when there is an explosion in the passenger's cabin, like at flight level 250, what will you do to solve this problem as ATC?
Okay, if I got situation like that, the pilot is gonna be informed to a traffic controller about the aircraft situation. If there is a big explosion, it's gonna be boom and just disappear and just fall down to the ocean or the land. So we just pray and just inform to search and rescue for the traffic. One aircraft fall down because big explosion in the position. Okay, but if there is like just a small explosion, maybe explosion by power bank or by some mobile phone or cellular phone or electronic things. So after that, the pilot is going to inform to a traffic controller about the cabin, a passenger's cabin situation. There is like a little explosion in the cabin, and as a traffic controller, we have to ask the pilot intention, and we have to inform about the runway conditions and about runway in use, and we just offer the pilot because in emergency situation decision all by the pilot. We just give information about the runway condition, and maybe the pilot is going to choose the runway in use or different runway in use or the nearest runway from the aircraft position. After that, as a traffic control, as an aerodrome control tower, I'm going to push the crash bell. It's signed for emergency situation. It's signed for standby 1 because in our aerodrome we have rules standby 1, 2, and 3. Standby 1 for emergency situation. And after that, I'm going to inform my assistant and my supervisor about the situation and for making coordination with the other unit that related. For example, for maybe the aircraft or the pilot needs firefighting and rescue unit or medical unit on arrival, and we just make coordination with the airport authority and the unit that need of the pilot. And we always keep, and I'm going to inform all of the traffic on arrival and on departure, and I'm going to give priority number 1 for landing or priority for the emergency flight, and I hold all departure traffic, maybe just hold on certain runway because there is emergency traffic, and for arrival I'm informed to give away to the emergency situation and hold for the normal traffic, and just keep watching your traffic until landing safely, and after finish, after you get information, the aircraft back to the apron, and go to the apron, and until you get information the runway clear for the traffic, for the emergency traffic, and we can keep going in traffic.
Okay, in relation with these conditions, what is the essential thing that must be owned by ATC so that he will be able to solve the condition?
Okay, the important one is it's very essential. The first, don't be panic, and also we have to control ourselves, and don't forget for making coordination what the pilot needs on arrival, and we have to give priority number one for the emergency flight. And because this is situation emergency, we just give information about the runway condition, altimeter setting, and for the runway in use, decision by the pilot. Because emergency situation, decision by the pilot. As a traffic controller, we just give information about the runway condition, wind condition, our weather condition, and altimeter setting.
Okay.
And always keep watch the traffic until landing safely.
Okay. Have you been complete with a kind of training to face abnormal situation?
Okay, I have been completed for it's like kind of training for face the abnormal situation in our laboratory, especially when I was studying in at TKP Medan and also in here. We always I have been facing the abnormal situation like that. For example, communication failure, engine failure, and also some abnormal situation. And the important one, how to fix the situation. Don't be panic and control ourselves, and as soon as possible inform to your assistant and your supervisor for making coordination with the other related for help the emergency situation. And the real condition, I got a situation or abnormal situation when I was in Aerodrome Control Tower in Sepinggan Airport, in Sultan Haji Muhammad Sulaiman Sepinggan International Airport. There was two traffic. The first traffic, departure traffic, and the second traffic on arrival. It's about 13 nautical mile from touchdown runway to 5, and we have the rules. We can give clearance line up to the departure traffic at least 7 nautical mile or more from the touchdown runway to 5. And that situation, it was about 13 nautical mile from touchdown, and I offered to the departure aircraft, are you ready immediate departure? And the pilot replied, yeah, we're ready. They're ready immediate departure. And the pilot copied about the traffic. There is traffic 13 nautical mile from touchdown runway to 5 will be landing. And yeah, I give clearance land up runway to 5 and clear for takeoff at the time. But the pilot didn't do my instruction. I think the pilot didn't make expedite departure. The pilot made normal departure because I think it was by, can I say the brand?
Okay.
Okay, it's
no
like
problem.
our brand. It's from Garuda Alliance because the
God.
Garuda Alliance always the service is number one.
Yeah.
I think because the pilot always serves number one for making enjoy the passengers, so he cannot like a normal situation. But at time the pilot read back ready for immediate departure. But finally, thanks God, the aircraft can rolling and take off, and the arrival aircraft position on 4 nautical mile from touchdown. It's from final to short final, and the arrival can land safely, and the departure can take off normally.
Okay. May I know your favorite activity when you have a day off?
Okay, when I get a day off or free time, I enjoy watching movies and spending time with my families, or I just taking rest in my home. And sometimes my wife or my little family and I go to mall for looking maybe something new there, or some new culinary, because I like culinary. Yeah, that's why my body like that. So yeah, and yeah, sometimes I enjoy doing working out, and or just taking rest and sleep.
Okay, I think that's all. This is all my questions. Thank you for attention and good evening.
Good evening.